got really defensive. My feelings were a little hurt.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day.
Good morning.
Today we are going to go on a little date to
a movie.
A movie.
Which Mason loves to go see.
I love to go see movies. I've actually
don't.
already seen this movie, but I wanted Sarah to see it so that we could talk about it. And that's like half the fun for me, is talking about movies. And when we're at the movies, Sarah isn't on her phone or distracted as much. Which that's not a criticism. It's just, it's really easy to get distracted and do other things when you're at home, you know?
I am just a multitasker.
Sure.
Yeah.
You totally can fully consume a movie and do other things at the same time. Totally, no big deal. Anyways, so first of all, if you guys haven't already subscribed, you need to subscribe because things are heating up in the adoption world. So the first thing that we wanted to talk about today was a question we received via Facebook, and you guys can go via, it doesn't really matter. You guys can follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Snapchat and all those social things and be able to get in contact with us. We read everything, like we've said 100 times. We read everything.
We don't
sometimes
have time to respond to everything.
Sometimes we're a little slow to respond, or we might not be able to respond at all. But especially in the case of something really important, we'll respond. And we got one of those kind of comments today, and we had to, the other day,
a couple days ago,
and we had to kind of stew on it. The gist of the question was, I don't feel the desire to be a mom. What makes you feel like you should be a mom? And that was a question directed to Sarah specifically, but it's a question in general, I think, for all parents.
Yeah.
What I told to Sarah,
when I first read it, and if you're watching this, like, I'm not mad at all.
Exactly.
I got really defensive. My feelings were a little hurt, and yeah, go ahead, Mason.
I told Sarah that from my perspective as a man, I could imagine that if you didn't want to have a baby, and like that's such a maternal thing, like it's almost feels like if you're a woman, you should want to be a mom. Like that's the status quo. So if you're a woman that somehow doesn't feel that, I could imagine that that's a very lonely feeling, that's a very shameful feeling, that maybe you're scared to even say anything to anyone. So I thought it was cool that she even thought to ask us, you know?
Yeah.
And so
they're in a hurry.
They're in a hurry. So I thought, first of all, you should be flattered that they feel like you're somebody they can talk to.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us about what you said, because we finally got back to them.
Yeah. It took, like I said, I had to stew on it for a couple days and not be like butthurt about it, because I was just a little feisty that day, a little emotional. I had a lot going on. So I responded to her after a while, and I apologized for not getting back to her right away. But I basically said that being a mom was something that I have dreamt about since I was little, like little. I think I've mentioned my doll in past videos. My grandma had made me this glass doll that was supposed to look like me as a baby, and it went everywhere with me, everywhere. I fed her every 2 hours. I changed her diapers. I changed her clothes about 1 million times a day. What I remember most is taking her to the grocery store with me, and she would sit in the little front part of the cart, and I'd push the cart and follow my mom around the store. Like, she went everywhere with me. And so I've just always wanted to be a mom. That's just what it was. And I remember, like, oh my word, I'm only like 10 years old. I have to wait so long to be a mom. And then I got into the dating stage, and I'm like, all right, we're getting closer. And then we got married, and I'm like, oh my word,
I could be a mom soon.
I could be a mom in 9 months. Yeah, so it's just, I've always thought about it. And I talked to a friend who is in the same, not the same situation as Like, she won't be able to sleep at night. She won't be able to go out whenever she wants to, blah, 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 blah. While I'm like, I am so excited to be awake all night. I'm so excited to change diapers. I'm so excited to hold my baby all the time. I'm going to get nothing done when I have a kid. I've decided that. I'm not going to get anything done until they're, you know, more independent. So, but I told her that it's okay that she doesn't have the same
urge or feeling.
Yeah, as I do. And not everyone's meant to have kids, and yeah.
And even when we first got married, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Even when we first got married, Sarah wanted, like she said, she wanted a baby right away. Like,
I think I asked you the day after we got married.
the day after we got married, you're like, let's make a baby. When can we start having babies? And for the longest time, I was like, I want to have kids with you. Absolutely, not a question. I want to be a dad so bad. But I was more like, a little selfish, but I was more like, I want to spend some time with you. I want to be married to you. I want those, you know, maybe a couple years of being married without kids and being able to just, date you, fall in love with you. And like, in a way, I'm glad we kind of got that anyways. But at the same time, you know, it's just a matter of timing, and I think in desires, and not everybody is meant to be anything, right?
Not every woman needs to be a mom or needs to feel like she needs to be a mom, or it's not like a checklist. We have to, not a bubble we have to check off the list.
Yes, absolutely.
Life. For me, it very much is, because that's what I wanted since I was a little girl. So
yeah,
and it's not a problem if someone doesn't want to be a mom.
Yeah.
So
you don't have to be the stay-at-home mom, and you know what too, like, you always think like, this is the way my life is supposed to go, but then you know what, things change.
Yeah, what we thought was our plan, like, totally, we didn't want to go down the infertility route. We didn't want to do IVF. We didn't want to miscarry our babies.
Yeah.
But that's the cards that we were given.
Yeah.
And we didn't, like, decide to go down the path that we did, but what does tattoo say? There's pain.
Pain has a purpose.
Pain has purpose.
You know, like, life changes and it shapes who you are. And one of the particulars of the situation for the person who was sending us the question was that basically they're under pressure medically to have kids soon, and she doesn't feel like that's ready. That wasn't in her timeline, in her plan. Yeah. It was our plan to have kids way sooner, and then that wasn't.
I would have had a kid at 10 years old.
Okay. But like, you know, we wanted it now, and we had to wait. So sometimes plans accelerate, sometimes they slow down, but ultimately everything's going to be okay. What I would encourage you guys to do is be honest with your spouse, with your significant other, about how you feel, about what you want, and be willing to change, because unwillingness to change in this life is not going to get you anywhere. And you know, it's how we respond to our circumstances in life that really make us who we are and how we grow, right? I was just telling Sarah this morning, she has grown into one badass wife that I'm so proud to be married to. Like, we can't go back to pre-IVF, pre-everything we've dealt with. Yeah. This is like the new normal, and I love it. I love it. I love that we found a passion. I love that I have a wife that is so willing to change, but stick to her guns when she needs to.
That's his nice way of saying stubborn. He told me that today.
But you know it's true.
Yeah.
I love you very much, honey.
I love you.
Anyways, I think we need to end this for today.
But we're really excited for our future.
Yes.
I'm really excited for our adoption journey too. Well, I'm ready for it to be like, you know, at the part where we get our baby.
Yeah.
And then I'm really excited to then be more passionate about adoption, so we can like shout it from the top of our lungs.
Yeah. Yeah, we're very much looking forward to the day when we can start just pouring into other people and pay forward. And as Phil and Alex would say, let your love multiply with the adoption story. But we're on our way. If you guys want to support us in any way, we have ways to do that. The biggest way is you could be rocking one of those You Make Me Brave shirts. You can go get them at bonfire.com/YouMakeMeBrave. Link is down in the description. And we got lots of cool styles and sizes and stuff like that. and it's gonna be fun. Subscribe to join the journey, like if you enjoy, and if you guys have any similar comments or feelings and you want to share your opinions about what we talked about today, put them down in the comments down below, and tell Sarah she's beautiful. Thanks guys, we'll see you
in the next video.
Bye guys.
Yeah.